Hello again everybody. I am working on my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery down the garden path today. I've done my gate and it's not elaborate, it's very simple. It's at the end of my path, so it doesn't have to be elaborate, but it is, I think, quite nice. I just made it the same way as I did the top of the fence, which was meant to be a shadow effect, but I think it's just the top of the fence now, or a wall. And I did the exact same thing. I just couched the wool on, leaving it looser at this side to make it look bigger, and a little bit tighter at this side, like, you know, just to keep it in perspective. And then for the actual gate, I cut a little square, or, you know, it's not a square, it's like the same shape as the wall, out of some canvas, and then I just did a cross stitch and I couched it in the center. That's all I've done for my gate, and I know it looks kind of plain, and I want to put a vine around it, but I don't want to put a vine around it yet in case the girls say we're doing a vine this week or something like that. Which led me to another thing that I was thinking of. I have found it tricky doing this down the garden path because we don't know what's coming. And I thought, you know, it's hard because you can't plan anything. So today, we had no power all day. It's come back on now. That's when I did my gate, and I did a few more little wildflowers. Did I? I did it. I think I did. I just did a couple more green stalks in there, and I was looking at it and I thought, well, I could slow stitch the background. Then I thought, no, let me just have a think. What goes into a garden? What do I think I would like on my garden path? And so I thought, I made a list of all the things I might find on a garden path, and these are sort of like, I don't know what they're going to say, but I came up with quite a lot of things, like a bird bath, a path, obviously it's a garden path, an arbor, a gate or door, which we're doing. Wildflowers, I've already ticked that because we've done that, and I'm still adding as I go along. Vegetables, birds and butterflies and insects, a bench to sit on, a pond perhaps, or a basket, watering cans, mushrooms and toadstools, a swing, maybe a beehive, a wheelbarrow, a family pet, you know, a cat or a dog, or maybe a rabbit or something like that, and maybe some formal plants in there as well. We have the wildflowers, but maybe there's going to be, you know, some roses. I have no idea. And so when I was writing all these things down, I thought, well, you know, how do we go about putting them in? Like, if you're just doing it a section at a time, it's easy because you can just have it in that section and move on. But that's not the way I'm doing mine. So what I did, and I'm thinking this may help some people who are having a little bit of a hard time getting started, and I totally understand that because I hesitated myself. You all know I made a sketch of what I thought, here it is here, right in the beginning. This is my original sketch before we even started. This is what I thought, you know, a roll down the garden path, my path, all these things. I've got a bird bath, I've got an arbor, I've got a tree, I had a fence and that there already. So, and I've got butterflies here, flowers, and I just thought, well, where do we put stuff? How do I make it so that I can fit everything in and leave space for things? And so I've made another sketch, and this is just to help me, and it may help you as well. I've made another sketch of what this kind of looks like, and I'll show it to you. So this is my piece here. Okay, now in Fantasyland, this is how I would probably do it. And so I'm thinking, if they say some of these things, that's fine. I'll think, okay, this is where I would put it, and I'll put it there. But if they don't say it, I'll still put it there. Do you know what I hope that makes sense. Like, okay, say this week they say something like mushrooms. Okay, or toadstools. I've got a couple here on my little design, and I've got a couple up here next to my little bee hive, or, you know, and there's a swing on there as well in case there's a swing. Not that I'm going to put one on, but, you know, if they were to say these things, this may work. I've already changed my mind, because although I have my arbor here, like I did on my original diagram, I thought it might actually work much better here. So I've put it here, and I've pointed down, and I already have a gap here, which was meant to sort of, in my original design, have larger flowers there. But I could leave that open for an arbor. A little vegetable plot, a wheelbarrow, you know, little bench. It just helps me to get my head around it. And it shouldn't be this hard. And it's not hard, but just some of us like to have some sort of guidance. And this is my guidance for myself. And I thought maybe other people might find that useful as well. And so I've cut myself some little circles out here to add to my wildflowers, like just some little ones, you know, with the French knots in the middle. I can just play around with these. They don't have to be anywhere in particular. I think they're rather sweet. Like that, maybe. Like that. I can have a couple of bigger ones at the front. And there. Maybe there. And maybe something like that, you know. I have some of those little ones like that. I can save some for further down the track, like if I've got some gaps I need to fill in, I can fill them in. Like I could put one over here. That's not a great looking circle, but it doesn't have to be. Or I could, actually, it's just... like that. And this is what I intend to do each week, just add to my wildflowers. You know, as I come up with different little ideas to do, I can add to my wildflowers. I also, with my small pieces of fabric, I went and I had these tiny little offcuts that I'd found at the thrift store, and a lot of them were not full flowers. And so I've kind of been playing around with where I might, you know, like these sorts of things. It's just a little rosebud. I could pop that in there maybe, behind there. What we've got here. I want bigger flowers along the front. So, and these are just some what I've come up with that I might like. And there'll be more in here as well. And this is how I'm not going to stitch them down, but it's giving me ideas as I go along. And these, like I said, they were not full flowers at all. Well, here's a perfect example. Look, this one, that's how I had it, because the strip of fabric was only like that. But another strip of fabric had the same flower on it, so I can piece it together like that. And I thought, oops, you know, that can work. By the time I get some stitching on it, you probably never noticed that it was joined together. There we go. Okay, so larger flowers I want at the front, perhaps there or something. All the way along the front. So I just thought by showing you this, it may help, because everybody seems to be doing things different, and that's good. It's nice to have people doing everything different, and everybody has helpful hints, which is good as well. So hopefully this might help somebody else. So with these, I'm just going to put them in here. I've got this little pouch that I can put these flowers in, because I'm not ready to do that yet. So I'm just going to put them all in a little pile, and hopefully I'll find more flowers that I can use. I know I've got other floral fabric that I can cut from, but I just haven't got there yet, so they will go in there so I don't lose them. And then I'm going to just put my little flowers on. I've already got this pink threaded up, so I might just use that. It doesn't have to have a yellow center. Got little yellow flowers on there already. So just up through the center. Like that. Little French nut. You can do them tidy or messy. Completely up to you. I'm going to have it somewhere in the middle there. And I just, oh, did I? Oh, I pulled my thread out. Anyway, that's how I'm doing it. Now, I usually do them a little bit different. Let me thread this up and I will show you how I like to do them. I've got the fans blowing. I want one in the corner and one above me. It's so humid at the moment, so if you can hear those, I do apologize. Okay, so with this next one, I'll come up in the middle of it, thereabouts, and I will do my little center knot. But instead of just going straight down, what I'm going to do is just, can't lift it up, put my needle and move the fabric over just a little, and then push it down like that. Don't want it too loose, so I'll just give that a little pull. There, and that just gives that flower, don't want the others to fall off, a little bit of dimension. Just let me, there we go, that might help. See how it's kinked the flower just a little bit and put a crease in it? That just gives the flower a little bit of dimension. That's the way I like to do those ones. You could even put a little bit of tulle with it or something like that as well. So just a little different way of doing them. So I'm going to go ahead and put, the back is quite messy, but that's okay. I'm covering my back. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and sew these other ones on, so at least I've got a little bit more done. There we go. In this video, and then I'll come back and show you. There we go. Just show you where I've added those into there, and my little gate. Now I was originally going to do a white gate, but it just didn't, kind of, you could barely see it. So that's why I decided to go with this blue-grey colour. And I did put a lighter colour behind the bottom panel so that the cross stitch would stand out. So that's what I've done. I think they're putting the new one up either it's Wednesday here now, so it'll either be today or tomorrow. So whew, I got my gate done. It wasn't hard really. It'll be exciting to see what they do. So anyway, that's my little sketch will help me do this. And if you're looking for a little bit of help in that way as well, I hope this can help you. Not everybody does. You know, people can just go for it. But other people like a little bit of a plan, and plans can change, and that's fine as well. So thank you for watching today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.